South Australian Sports Show. We try and get across as much South Australian sport as we can with my co-host Rob Popplestone. Poppy, how are you?
I'm going okay. Looking forward to today's show. The Southern Football League, a really fast-moving league that has plenty of good initiatives. We're going to discuss just some of those today. Also, Tate Casler from the Crows we'll chat with as well. And I do want to talk to you about where Port Adelaide, the Power, who signalled big things this year, have come up a bit short. I want to quiz you hard in just a moment.
All right, we'll chat about that a little later in the show, but it's time to get over to Libby Hopwood and hear what's coming up this weekend in sport. Libby, over to you.
Well, as Pob suggested, round 2 of the AFL has delivered an upset for the Power fans. There were favourites going into the match, but Adelaide Crows thrashed Port by 58 points down at Adelaide Oval and Showdown 40. It drew the second largest crowd in Showdown history. Feel sorry for the Port having all those people there watching them. It was set to be an entertaining contest, however the Crows dominated Port from start to finish, with Crows Showdown medalist Tom Lynch kicking 6 goals for Adelaide and Josh Jenkins adding another 4 to the scoreline. Port was simply no match for the Crows, and the coach Ken Hinkley saying his side showed a tendency to dwell on poor performances last season. He's pressing on positively in the hope that the side will keep moving forward, despite the match showcasing some serious issues with their skill level and decision making. Power's consistent errors proved costly, and the Crows snatched the game away from Port's grasp, showing great aggression and intensity in the second round. It has been the largest point margin in Showdown history since the Crows' 70-point victory over Power in round 17 in 2009, and has given the newly appointed Crows coach Dom Pike his first win of the season. The Crows will be looking to maintain their strong momentum as they chase the second win of the season when they face Richmond on Saturday. And the Port will face the Bombers Friday night at Adelaide Oval. The SANFL scores echoed the A-League, with Adelaide defeating Port. Glenelg toyed with West Adelaide, with the Westies' Justin Hardy accepting a $200 fine, a reprimand and an early guilty plea for striking Glenelg's Aaron Joseph. North Adelaide beat Norwood and South Adelaide defeated the Eagles. Round 3 kicks off with one game on Saturday, being Port Adelaide and North at Alberton. Sunday brings Sturt to face Central District at Peter Motley, and the Eagles and Adelaide face off, while South Adelaide and West Adelaide line up at Hickenbotham. In netball, the Thunderbirds didn't quite have the fairy tale start for new captain and the vice captain after being beaten by the Fever last week. The new captain, Aaron Bell, would be looking for redemption in round 2 against the Melbourne Vixens after shooting at only 50% against the Fever. Another debut player will join the ranks, the 19-year-old defender Tony Anderson from New South Wales. She steps up to replace Amy Steele, who is still recovering from glandular fever. Port Lincoln local Kyle Chalmers is making a splash in Australian swimming circles, being touted as one of the next big things in Australian swimming. The 17-year-old followed an unlikely path to swimming, with most of his peers expecting the big boy to follow his family into AFL. Kyle himself said it was a bit of an accident how he fell into swimming, saying his first foray into the pool was actually when he was picked to represent his school from Port Lincoln in Adelaide at a school fun day. That win put him on the state team, and where he really started to take his training seriously, and he has reaped the rewards. The Emmanuel student made the world champion debut with an impressive 100-metre freestyle sprint of just 47.92 seconds. Laughing about his chances at being picked for the AFL draft, Kyle says he won't play footy this year, with his main focus now being on the Olympic qualifying trials in Adelaide this month. In soccer, Adelaide United take on Melbourne City at AAMI Park in what could be their most important match of the year, one that could deliver the Premier Plate. A victory tonight and a win with Melbourne victory over Brisbane Roar on Saturday would secure the Reds a minor premiership and a home final. If the Reds win in the minor premiership, they will qualify for the Asian Champions League. Star striker Bruce Jeté says United must stay calm and humble ahead of the crucial decider. He's calling for the fans to get down and get excited to show their support, which will help keep the Reds level-headed and focused on the game. Despite the ball tampering controversy, Victoria has still won the Sheffield Shield in the end with a 7-wicket win on Day 5 at Glitterroll Stadium. The Redbacks did get a chance for a celebration, however, as the SACA Awards on Saturday night had a standout player in bowler Joe Mennie. He's been awarded his first Neil Dancy medal as the most outstanding South Aussie male cricketer. Mennie shone during the Sheffield Shield season with a massive 51 wickets to his name, finishing the summer as the Shield's leading wicket taker. Mennie has also been awarded the Lord Hampton Trophy after being voted the best first-class player of the season. English girl Sarah Taylor was the big winner in the Females League, taking home her second consecutive Andrea Macaulay Trophy. She scored a total of 323 runs for the year, including a match-winning 110 against New South Wales, which actually helped secure South Australia's first win in the WNCL title since 1994-95. I think it was about time the drought was broken, boys.
Thanks for that, Libby. Terrific overview of what's happened and what's coming up, but plenty still to come on the show, Poppy.
Well, I'm going to put you under the gun because in recent weeks, in recent months, in fact in recent years, you put up the hand and said what great work you've done at AFL clubs, including Port Adelaide. Well, hasn't the tide turned? I'll be speaking more about that in just a minute.
All right, under the gun instead of under the bus. That's something different for you. We'll take a break. Still plenty to come. Stay with us.